when it comes to Christianity, the way that I've seen it, or conservatives, let me actually talk conservatives, Christian conservatives. It's like modern day conservatives have not conserved shit over the past 60 fucking years. And the primary reason for this, guys, is because they're afraid to be the bad boy. They're afraid to be the fucking bad guy. You know, in the Christian faith, it promotes forgiveness. I've grown in a Christian home. You know, I'm not a devout Christian. I don't claim a certain devotion. I'm not like a Protestant or a Catholic or an Orthodox. I'm not devout. I'm a Christian. I was grown in a Christian home. I believe in Christianity. I believe Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. You know, I believe the whole 9 yards. I believe in God. But I'm also very real. So when I see things, especially when I look at Christian conservatives over the past 60 years, I'm like, bro, you niggas have not conserved shit over the past 60 years. Nothing has been conserved. Conservatives have been fucking taking L after L after L after L after L for the past 6 decades. I'm going to be honest. Nothing has been conserved. Everything is shit. The women are whores. Israel fucking controls our government. Islam is starting to flood into the country. It's not crazy yet, but it's going to get crazy. Think about the UK. Multiculturalism is going crazy. Most niggas are atheists. I've heard a lot of people in public schools don't even say the pledge no more. Like, each fucking decade, shit has just only gotten progressively fucking worse in this country. Conservatives have not been conservative shit. Everything is ass. Niggas don't even know if they're men and women. Like, all institutions have been taken over by atheist leftist ideology. And I sit and look, and I'm like, bro, what have conservatives conserved, nigga? These niggas don't do shit. They literally do not do anything. And as I was saying before, maybe it's because, you know, Christians are very forgiving. So they'll see their enemies do bad things and turn the other cheek. And I understand it. I understand that. And what I will say before I continue, I'm not afraid to be the bad guy. I'm not afraid to be the bad guy. To be real. I'm really just not. And does that make me a sinner? Yes. Does that mean I'm disobeying God? Yes, it does. And I'm actually completely okay with Christians criticizing me for that shit. You know, I'm completely okay with it. I'm completely being like, well, Ali, that's wrong. You shouldn't be that way. You need to be forgiving as a Christian. That's what we're taught in our faith. We're taught to turn the other cheek and forgive our enemies. Forgive them for they know not what they do. True. But in truth, guys, I'm a sinner. And I know I am. I guess my ego's just too high and I'm just too real. Because I've seen the beauty that a majority Christian country has been able to offer us. I've been able to see it, especially when I was young, because I was born in 2001. I guess things were still even pretty bad then, but even as a kid growing up, you know, I was grown in a Christian household. I was around a lot of Christians my entire life, and I loved it. I'm like, this is great. You know, you'd go to the mall and Christmas is being aggressively celebrated. Like, it felt good when this was like all about Christianity, when there wasn't all this atheist leftism, when we're not arguing with fucking Muslims about how America should be. Everybody standing up every single day and saying the pledge. People knew that they were a boy. People knew that they were a girl. Everything was clear and obvious. But now that shit's not like that any fucking more. I'm like, Christians have been bitches, bro. I'm going to be honest. And I've seen the beauty of Christianity. And if I have to be the bad guy, if I have to become the bad guy to be like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I want to reinstitute what a beautiful Christian America is like. I want to risk my life to do this shit because I've seen the beauty of Christianity, guys. I've seen the beauty. And if that makes me a sinner, fine. Honestly, fine. And I'm cool with Christians criticizing me for that. But I don't give a fuck. Because I want to see this to be, I want this to be a beautiful Christian country again. Because I've seen the beauty. So it always fucking annoys me, especially when you look at a lot of Christians' criticisms of guys like Nick Fuentes and guys like Andrew Tate. You know, they'll criticize Nick Fuentes. Oh, Nick Fuentes, he be saying non-Christian things. He'd be glorifying people who are evil and killed a ton of people. Like Stalin or Hitler or whatever. Right? He'll be glorifying these type of individuals. That's not Christian-like. He's not even married. That's not Christian-like. He says women are whores and stupid. That's not Christian-like. Or they'll look at Andrew Tate and be like, oh, he's polyamorous. You know, he had his own OnlyFans type situation going on where he's pimping hoes. He's a pimp, sex trafficker, whatever. But these guys have been willing to make social, physical, and financial sacrifices to uphold conservative values. They're the warriors of the movement. They have been warriors of the movement. While these other Christian conservatives and pastors or whatever, they reprimand their warriors. Hey, you shouldn't be doing that. While there's a pride flag being hung outside of their church. So what the fuck are we doing? It's because these Christians have been so unwilling to be fucking bad guys that we're in the shit that we're in now. They're unwilling to stand for anything. They just keep assimilating to whatever's going on. They'll assimilate to whatever fucking happens and they'll call it Christianity. They'll let gays join the church and then call it Christianity still. They'll let women become pastors and call it Christianity still. The Pope will be like, no, being gay is wrong. They'll be like, you know what? We got to reinterpret the Bible a little bit. As a Christian, do you like that? That the Bible is just being reinterpreted? What is and is okay is just being reinterpreted? What is conservative about that shit? Nothing. So I see that shit. I'm like, the fuck's going on? Because as I've grown older and I've gotten more political, I've been paying attention to shit. I'm like, nigga, I wish I was in this shit earlier because I'd have been like, what the fuck? You know, I was just concerned about other shit earlier in my life, about my goals, especially when it came to soccer, for example. I was just more concerned about other things. But now that I'm paying attention to all this shit, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? There's only like 2 real niggas that I see that are like, whoa, all of this shit is bullshit. Whether you want to judge them for they're not being super Christian, like they're willing to fight and take real hits and draw real blood to protect Christianity in this country. And as a Christian, I don't know how you could even remotely criticize a nigga like that. It makes no fucking sense. You're attacking your warriors. That's the best way to lose a war. The best way to lose a war is to demean your warriors, to demean the ones that are willing to take social hits, physical hits, financial hits, lose their entire careers to be like, whoa, what the fuck? You want warriors. And I'm more than willing to be a bad guy. I'm willing to sacrifice my life for this shit because I've seen the beauty. I've seen the beauty. I just don't understand how you could be a hot-blooded Christian man. Especially for my guys that are older than me. When I think about the older guys. If you guys haven't even seen that more young men, Generation Z young men, are more religious and more faith-driven than the boomers that are fucking ahead of them. Because that just shows how fucking cucked out they are. That shows how fucking cucked out they are. They've given the younger generations nothing. They've given us nothing. They've given us nothing. But they've reprimanded the men who've been willing to take bullets and shots for us, for other young Christians. They've reprimanded those guys. I'm like, nigga, you haven't done shit for me. I'm looking at you and like, what have you done for me? You told me I should accept gays into the church. You told me I should accept pride flags being hung up outside of my church. You've told me I should be accepting women preaching to me and telling me how to be a fucking man. What the fuck are we doing? Nah, real shit though. Like, nigga, what's going on? Like, I'm be honest. None of these fucking conservatives should be able to call themselves conservatives. They haven't conserved shit. They haven't conserved shit. What they really be conserving is fucking Israel. That's what they care about conserving. They don't care about conserving Christianity in America. Oh, let's make sure we help out Israel. We got to serve Israel, though. Oh, but for you Gen Z Christians, you know what I'm saying? I guess the women are just going to have to preach to you, man. It's all good, man. It's all right. They're going to just hang the pride flag outside of the church. It's all good. No problem. But it's like, oh, my God, Israel. We must protect Israel. The fuck? I want more warriors for Christianity. I'm tired of passive Christianity. As I said, I'm a sinner. I can accept that. I can accept the criticism from Christians. Be like, oh, you shouldn't be like that. Jesus says we should not be like that. We should turn the other cheek. We should be forgiving of others. True. But if I have to be the bad guy, if I have to be the sinner to make sure you guys get to do that, then I want to do that. Most of you guys probably want to do that too. Because for you guys who have grown up in a Christian home and have seen the beauty of Christianity, you guys fucking agree with me. You know I'm right. You know you're like, honestly, yeah. A lot of these boomer Christians and the Christians that came before us, they've been cucked out, nigga. They haven't been conserving shit. Past 6 decades haven't conserved shit. Shit has only gotten progressively worse since the 1950s. in this country, bro. Everything from a social standpoint, breaking down, bro. Breaking down. Can't marry the women. Christianity isn't celebrated everywhere. Don't even be really going to the mall for Christmas anymore. Can't even say Christ is king without some random fucking Jew being like, you can't say that, that's anti-Semitic. What the fuck? This can't go on, bro. It can't fucking go on. And I don't mind playing the bad guy, y'all. I hope a lot of you guys are the same. I don't mind playing the bad guy. We need to bring the Crusades back, niggas. I'll be honest. We need to bring the Crusades back, bro. Christianity had warriors, bro. And these passive, cucked out, low test Christians, they've ignored that shit. We just must forgive. We must allow them to kill us. We must allow them to take over the church. We must forgive them. I know Jesus says that. I know Jesus wants us to be forgiving, but I can't forgive. Too much damage has been done. Too much damage has been done. The men that have come before me in this country have let way too much fucking slide. Have been slapped in the face countless times. Have been stabbed in the chest countless times. Their souls have been ripped out. They've been forced to accept the most deplorable shit every single fucking day and then act like it's normal. I'm done. I'm fucking done, bro. And I hope you niggas are done too. We need to reinforce Christianity. Christianity is the best religion. I don't give a fuck. I have respect for Islam. I have respect for Judaism. I have respect for these religions, but Christianity is the best religion. And I'm damn sure that America is a fucking Christian country. And it'll stay a Christian country. I will make sure it stays a Christian country. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And you niggas are either with that shit or you're not. But that's where I stand. I'm willing to take the bullets. I'm willing to take the pain, the financial hits, the social hits. I don't care. Because I understand that's actually what it fucking takes. Seeing these stupid fucking Christians, they're reprimanding Nick Fuentes, they're reprimanding Tate. I'm like, these are the only niggas doing anything. You're only niggas doing shit. You're only niggas doing shit. You're only niggas that are pulling more niggas to Christianity. Isn't a big part of Christianity is pulling niggas to the faith? You think Tate and Fuentes haven't been doing that shit? You think that they have not done more work as Christians than you? We're supposed to serve God, right? We're supposed to serve Jesus. We're supposed to spread the gospel. They've done a better job of that than you niggas, than you conservatives that have been here for the past 30, 40 years, watching all this bullshit happen right in front of your face and not doing shit. And saying, oh, we must pray. And we're praying to a fucking female pastor. What the fuck? And one of the last things I'll say around this, and I think this is really important, because as you guys know, Charlie Kirk passed. Rest in peace, rest his soul. Great man. Pushed Christianity a lot. It actually brought a lot of young men to Christianity. So I have a lot of respect to him for that. And we know that his wife, Erica Kirk, took over TP USA. Took over Turning Point. And I look at that situation, and I made a tweet about this too, but I think one of the best things that Erica Kirk could do to show that we're really bringing Christianity back from a traditional standpoint is actually decide to step down from Turning Point as a CEO. I think that move would probably be one of the greatest moves that could be made for the conservative movement, for the conservative Christian movement, not the conservative Christian Zionist, the conservative Christian movement. One of the best things Erica Kirk could do is step down as CEO. One of the best things. It could really show that, like, no, women should not be in positions of leadership. That's not the Christianity that Charlie would have wanted. He would have wanted a man to lead. Because the men in the Bible are the patriarch. They're the ones who are supposed to lead, not the women. I can understand why she did it from a, she wants to honor her husband standpoint, continue his mission. But I feel like one of the best ways that she could have continued his mission, which was spreading the Christian faith to young men, was showing young men that, no, you're supposed to lead. You're supposed to lead, young man. I'm not supposed to be the one preaching to you. I'm not supposed to be the one talking to you. I'm the one who's supposed to be sitting down and watching you preach to me. That's how Christianity has always worked. Since the beginning, it's always worked that way. Taking that step down would show we're actually trying to conserve some shit again. Because naturally, this would probably be one of the hardest things she ever decides to do. If she decides to rescind her ascension to CEO, if she decided to rescind that, that would be one of the hardest sacrifices she ever fucking makes. But it would also be one of the greatest messages to the conservative Christian movement. It would radiate to all of the young women, say, hey, no, the men are supposed to lead. I'm not supposed to preach. I'm not supposed to be the one leading this movement. You as the men are supposed to be doing it. We need men to be leaders. Charlie was the leader. I was his subordinate. I was his helpmate. And that's how all women should be in Christian relationships. So that's my rant there, at least around Christianity, what I want Christianity to look like, my position on the whole thing, how we should move. I'm telling y'all, if Erica Kirk made that kind of move, that would be crazy. I would have a ridiculous amount of respect for her. I'd be like, whoa, okay, this is what I'm talking about. That's some real nigga shit right there. That's some real bad bitch shit right there. If she's willing, like, nope, a man is supposed to be doing this. And I know niggas will criticize me, like, oh, well, only you can do it. No. But she understands her position as a woman, biblically. It's like, I'm not supposed to lead. I'm not supposed to be preaching. A man's supposed to be doing this. It'd be one of the greatest moves. It'd be a real statement that we're actually pushing conservatism in this country. We're pushing conservative Christianity in this country. But do I think she'd make that move? Probably not. But all that means is that the real niggas are just going to have to go harder. The real niggas like me and you are just going to have to go harder for what we want Christianity to look like in this country. We're just going to have to go harder. It's fine. If she made that move, I would just have a lot of respect for her. So, yeah. That's how I see Christianity in this country. That's how I see things moving forward. We got to be willing to make the sacrifices and make the hard choices. We need to bring the Crusaders back. Enough of this, I forgive. Enough. Is that sinful? Yeah. But do I think it's the right thing to do? Yeah. So